I hope you all have seen the introduction video. Now we'll start with the forest. The first one being the tropical evergreen and the semi-evergreen forest. So firstly, whatever you study, I'll refer you, you should look for the picture. So as you can see, this shows the evergreen forest. These are the canopy. These are the canopy. And as you can see, these are the forest. Now where do you find them? Firstly, name clear. And as I told you in the previous lecture, that there are two main features on the basis of which we are classifying the forest. One is the predominant vegetation, and second one is the climate. On the basis of that, we classify the forest. Okay, so now here you can see the kind of vegetation, this type of vegetation and the type of climate. When you notice these two things, we give them the name, oh, they are the tropical evergreen forest. I'll also tell you about the semi evergreen forest, that there are slight changes in the conditions, maybe the rainfall, maybe the type of forest or maybe the tree you find there, but basically they are evergreen. Okay, and why they are called semi evergreen, why they are called evergreen, what is deciduous, I'll explain you everything. So now in these forests, the tropical evergreen and semi evergreen forests, they are found in the western slope of the Western Ghats, hill of the northeast region, and Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, basically in the eastern Himalayas you will find in the western slope of Western Ghats you will find, and in the Andaman and Nicobar. So understand the location. So as you can see here, it's very beautifully given in NCERT. This entire location is the part where you'll find the evergreen forest, and this is the northeastern part, or you can say this is the eastern Himalaya. Here you will find the tropical evergreen forest. Tropical evergreen forest. Why I'm marking this? Uh, in this, it's not explicitly mentioned that this is just the tropical evergreen. It includes the semi-evergreen also. The difference I'll explain. Okay, and in the western slopes of Western Ghats, so this is the Western Ghat. In the western slope of Western Ghats, you will find the tropical evergreen forest. It's slightly here also. So these are the locations. Even in the Andaman and Nicobar you'll find the tropical evergreen forest. Understand one thing, that if I'm moving from outside to inside, let's say you're trying to understand, so if in this border you're finding tropical evergreen forest, it's possible that here you'll find the semi evergreen forest, then you'll find the tropical deciduous forest, then you'll find the grasslands, and you'll find the desert, right? These are the intermediate areas, right? And there is a well defined name called ecotone for these places, right? So understand it this way. So now what location we know, that western slope of Western Ghats, northeastern Himalayas, or the eastern Himalayas, northeastern regions, whatever you say, and the Andaman and Nicobar, you will find the tropical evergreen forest. I've also uploaded a picture here. So these type of forests are present in tropical in Andaman and Nicobar, which we call the tropical evergreen forest. We can notice the climate, we can notice the predominant vegetation here. So here the predominant vegetation are these types of trees. Imagine the predominant vegetation is a grassland. Do you call it a forest anymore? No, they're not called a forest, they're called a grassland then, right? Here in the northeast, these types of these types of forests you'll find in the northeastern region. I can't zoom it more, I hope you understand. And these type of vegetation in the Western Ghats, if any one of you live near the Karnataka Bengaluru region, you must have visited it once, right? So these are the vegetations of the tropical evergreen forest there. So three locations clear. I hope it's clear. I've repeated it deliberately again and again. Now where do you find it? They are found in the warm and humid area. Okay, humid area means the air has some moisture. Warm, of course, the climate is warm, the temperature is more. So what is the annual precipitation there? So these 2 points are very important. Here the annual precipitation is more than 200 centimeters, and the mean more than 200. I'm not using the marker here because otherwise the notes will get spoiled. more than 200 centimeters, and the mean annual temperature is more than 22 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we are noticing the climate, and what we are noticing in the climate, not only what we can feel, but also, okay, here mostly the rainfall is about 200 centimeter, or it can be more than that, and the annual temperature here is about 22 degrees Celsius, and it can be more than that. But this is the mean annual temperature, that mostly you'll find 22 degrees Celsius here, and mostly the rain is about 200 centimeters here. So these type of forests are the tropical evergreen forest. Now, one thing we learned, location, then we learned what are the features. Now another feature is that they are well stratified. Stratified means the layering, they have proper layering, right? They have some layers closer to the ground, and they are covered with shrubs and creepers. Okay, so let us imagine that these are the forests. Now if you go to the bottom line of that, okay, so the layers of them which are closer to the ground, they are covered with shrubs and creepers. There are bales, there are shrubs, छोटे छोटे plants हैं, and the short structured trees are followed by a tall variety of tree. That's why you'll find they don't leave any place empty. They are having their positions everywhere. So small trees, big trees. So small trees are followed by a tall variety of tree, right? In these forests, the trees will reach to great heights up to 60 meter or more also, right? I'll tell you why I'm reading it line by line, because sometimes the type of question that come here is, it will come this way. These types of forests are warm and humid, found in warm and humid area with annual precipitation of 200 centimeter, mean annual temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. The forests are well stratified, with layers closer to the ground are covered with shrubs. The tall structured trees, short structured trees followed by tall structured trees. Now they'll give the option, which among the following are the forests mentioned above. That type of question comes also, which tests your conceptual clarity. So that's why it's very important that, okay, we need to know the location, we need to know the temperature and precipitation they are living in, we need to know the kind of characteristics of these types of forests, that they have the short trees followed by the long trees. They are well stratified, the layers which are closer to the ground, they are covered with shrubs and creepers, right? Then, very important point, why are they called evergreen forests? Does that mean that they don't shed their leaves, or there is no flowering or fruition here? Basically what happens is that they have a very smart strategy. They will not shed their leaves all at once. This is a very important strategy, right? They do shed their leaves. Now let us imagine that imagine a very very basic example, that you go to a class. There are two classes in a school. You go to one class and you're finding there, whenever I go to that class, I always find students there. The class is never empty. Okay, and I'm calling it, this is a evergreen class. You'll always find students here no matter what. And you go to another class, right? There you know that after second period or third period, the class is empty, and again after fifth period, there are students coming back to the class. Just giving an example. So basically what happens in the evergreen kind of forest is that they don't shed their leaves all at once. There is no particular time that in that period of time, if all the trees are shedding their leaves all at once, they will not look evergreen, correct? So they will shed their leaves, but different times. So that's how they look green all the time. Besides the shrubs and creepers, the small trees, they also give them a evergreen character all the time, right? So that's why they appear green all the year round. Okay, now the important species here are rosewood, mahogany, any, ebony, etc. And I have made a mnemonic to learn it, which is called mera. Whenever tropical evergreen are rich, they are rich. So when someone is rich, we call it ye mera kuch lagta hai. So that's how you can learn it, mera. M stands for mahogany, E stands for ebony, R for rosewood, A for any. Once you learn the mnemonic, I don't think you'll find it difficult. So this is about the tropical evergreen forest. Now the semi-evergreen forest. Now, as the name suggests, semi, they are also evergreen, but there is some change in character. That's why they are semi-evergreen, which is that they are found in less rainy part of the region, right? Let us say as I've marked that this, not I have marked, but NCERT is marked that this forms the area where you'll find the tropical evergreen forest. But maybe the rainfall which is here is different from the rainfall pattern here. So here the rainfall, let's say it's more here, so you'll find the tropical evergreen. Here, let's say the rainfall is comparatively less, so you'll find the semi-evergreen type of forest here. So the temperature, the rain is a bit different here. Okay, the less rainy part of the region, semi-evergreen, the more rainy will be the tropical evergreen forest. Now, the main characteristic is that they have a mixture of evergreen and moist deciduous trees. This is important to admit, and I would say that understand it, that these statements come that these forests have a mixture of evergreen and moist deciduous forest. The underground growing climbers provide an evergreen character to these forests. Now they'll give you the examples or different options. Understand one thing. Let us say that this is a layer of the tropical evergreen forest. Now this is a layer of semi-evergreen forest. Okay, understand it. Now this is a layer of tropical deciduous forest. In this region, this will be the region of moist deciduous forest. Okay, this will be the region of moist deciduous forest, and this will be the region of dry deciduous forest. Okay, so this is a ecotone zone, and beyond that you'll find another category, the grasslands and all, right? That's why I want to explain that this is the transition zone. So as it is mentioned here, that it has a mixture of evergreen from the top, and moist deciduous forest. So if you move here, it's very beautifully given here. So this forms this is the criteria of semi evergreen. You can find some evergreen trees also, some evergreen, and here the moist deciduous also. As you move inside, you'll find the dry deciduous, but here in the coastal regions you'll find the moist deciduous. So it includes the mixture of evergreen and moist deciduous trees. Here the undergoing climbers, they provide evergreen character. As you can see here, these are the undergoing climber. They give them the evergreen character, but they are not completely evergreen. They are semi-evergreen because of the presence in the less rainy region. They have a combination or mixture of the moist deciduous and the evergreen forest. What are the main species here? It's easy to remember: white cedar, hollock, and kale. Okay, white cedar, hollock, kale. If you write it number of times, you'll remember it. White cedar, hollock, and kale. Right now, what are the undergrowing climber? So these are the climbers, right? These are actually the plants that climb up other parts of plants like bele or latai, right? And it adds to the evergreen appearance of these forests even during the drier season, right? So let's say there are some deciduous forests, they might even lose their leaves. But still, because as I said, that it there has a mixture, that this is the evergreen, this is the semi-evergreen, and this is the moist deciduous type. This is the dry deciduous, moist deciduous, and this is completely evergreen. Now this is the semi-evergreen. It includes both. It includes evergreen also, it includes moist deciduous also. So how they are looking evergreen all the time? Because of the undergrowing climbers, because they give them green appearance all the time, even during the drier season. Because deciduous trees have a, or deciduous forests have a trait that they do shed their leaves. They have the timing to shed their leaves, but even when they shed their leaves, they still look green because of the presence of these climbers. So the semi-evergreen are actually the transitional forest type between the tropical wet evergreen and the tropical deciduous forest, right? And I have written here that they are found adjacent to evergreen. They are remnants in Odisha, Eastern Ghats, and Peninsula also. As you can see, these are semi-evergreen. This is Andhra Pradesh, this is Odisha. In these region also you'll find that, right? So Odisha, this is Eastern Ghat, right? This is Eastern Ghat. In some part of Andhra Pradesh also you'll find, in some part of Odisha also you'll find, right? These type of forests are present. So they are the semi-evergreen forests. Now you can see the location, the northeastern region, right? Here in the Odissean part, here in the Eastern Ghats, here in the Western Ghats, you'll find, even in the Andaman and Nicobar, all these are present, right? So this is the characteristic of semi-evergreen forest. Now, these are very important forests. So British, they knew that there is an economic value of the forest in India, so they started exploiting these forests on large scale, and they changed the structure of the forest. How? There were oak trees. There used to be oak trees in the Garhwal region, in the Kumaon region. There used to be oak trees there, but they were replaced with pine or cheer trees. They replaced the oak with pine. Oak with pine. Why? Because pine was very important to lay the railway lines. So all the oaks were removed and they started growing pine there. I don't think that should be called a natural vegetation anymore, but they changed the character, right? And forests were also cleared for introducing tea, rubber, coffee. It's even happening in Amazon also. Now British also used timber for construction activity because it's an insulator of heat. So timber was used, forest cleared for rubber, for agriculture, tea, coffee, commercial foresting basically. Then the protectional use of forest was replaced by the commercial use. Okay, so this is all about the tropical evergreen and semi-evergreen forest. Just a quick revision. Location we have learned: the northeastern region, the Andaman Nicobar region, western slope of Western Ghats. The temperature here is 22 degrees Celsius, and rain is more than 200 centimeter. They are well stratified. The layer which are closer to the ground, they are covered with shrubs and climbers, or say creeper. Short structured trees are followed by long trees. The tree height can be 60 meter or more, and also there is a canopy present here. It's not written, but remember it. No definite time for flowering. They can give this statement also. They don't have a definite time to shed their leaves, flowers, or fruition. So they are the evergreen forest, right? Mera, mahogany, ebony, rosewood, and ivy. Then semi-evergreen, less rainy part, mixture of evergreen plus moist deciduous, tropical moist deciduous forest. The example is white cedar, hollock kale. The undergrowing climber give them the evergreen appearance. Okay, and examples I've given: the removal of uh, here, where is younger, the oak with the pines, which was needed to lay the railway lines. Then rubber tree and coffee plantation by removing the forest, and also using timber for construction because it is a good conductor, insulator of heat. That's why using timber. So the protectional use was replaced by the commercial use. Timber is a good insulator of it. That's why it was used for the construction activity. In the next class, we'll start with the tropical deciduous forest. Let me know if you have any confusion regarding the chapter. I'll try to resolve it. Thank you.